Now, Michigan is setting daily records in coronavirus cases. And this week, Michigan announced 50 new school-related outbreaks. Currently, Oakland County schools are at risk level E. That's the highest risk level, and it brings more stringent school guidelines. Many districts are reevaluating teaching plans. Some schools are switching to virtual learning, but others are still moving ahead with plans for in-person instruction. But how can neighboring districts decide on different paths? Where I checked with two school districts, each going in a different direction in the face of a third COVID surge. Rochester Community Schools is back to online learning. In a November 4th letter to families, the district cited the elevation of Oakland County schools to risk level E, the high positivity rate, and a one-month jump in the 7-day case average of more than 600%. Pointing to guidance from the state and Oakland County health departments, in-person learning and enrichment activities are on hold until November 27th.
The virus is real and we are taking it very seriously, and that's part of our whole planning and preparation.
Ben Kirby is superintendent of neighboring Lake Orion schools. His district welcomed the return of middle and high school students just this week. Kirby says even with rising COVID cases, there is a path to move forward safely with social distancing, alternating attendance days, cohorting, health checks, and working in concert with health leaders.
They basically have said, if you're moving forward with in-person, continue to move forward with in-person. They continue to share with us that the transmissions in schools through their contact tracing is very, very low.
Superintendent Kirby says he spends the great majority of every day managing the virus, including meeting with other superintendents and epidemiologists every week. He says the return of elementary students a few weeks ago show families in his district are up for the challenge.
Things have gone really well. Like I said, I've been extremely impressed with how serious the families and the students have taken the Clear to Go app.
The families in the district support the return of in-person learning by 80%. And while Lake Orion may stand out from many of its neighboring districts to the south, including Pontiac, Rochester, and Clarkston, Kirby says safety is still his driving force.
If the community really was pushing for in-person learning and the health division was saying, you know what, you guys, there's just nothing that you can do to provide a safe environment, not a good idea, we're out.
As for other districts reverting to virtual learning or pausing in-person plans, each district has to decide that for themselves.
I make no judgments on any of the decisions that anybody's making because they're all really, really, really tough decisions.
They are very difficult decisions, both for the families and for school leaders. The Superintendent Kirby says the guidance he's getting says that schools can actually be a safer place for kids compared to the rest of the community because of the mitigation strategies and the fact that those strategies, including face masks, social distancing, and cohorting of children, are enforced. But there are no easy answers, especially since we all want the same thing for our children, a quality education and a safe and healthy community.